everyone, happy Monday. How are you? Hope you're all doing really well. I thought I'd just do a little video for you today about first trimester of my pregnancy so far. So if you're following me on Instagram and following me with the Mother Hen Club, you will know that I am currently expecting my second baby. Very exciting. And I just wanted to talk to you all about my first trimester, my experiences. So if you are currently pregnant and are in your first trimester, or you've said goodbye to the first trimester and you're on to your second, or you're planning on getting pregnant and just wanted to know sort of what the first trimester can entail for some of you, and just really my experiences. So I decided to do my video today in Spencer's nursery. Thought it might be a bit of a change. I've recently changed it around, just sort of moved a few things. He got this really great tent for Christmas, and he loves it, so I wanted to sort of incorporate it into his room. So I've sort of had a bit of a move around of everything. So yeah. Okay, so I am now currently 15 weeks pregnant. Yeah, so I've actually got quite a bump going on already. I'll show you. You see? So yeah, I showed really quickly with this pregnancy compared to my first. With my first, I felt that I showed quickly, I think because of the bloatedness. And also I was really thin, so obviously you feel a lot bigger with the bloated and everything, and when I did start getting a bit of a bump, it was much more noticeable to people. But this time round it just is like, there it is. I have had days where I've woken up and it's very flat, there's pretty much no bump whatsoever. I did on one day where it was really sort of no bump. That did really freak me out. So I contacted my midwife and she said not to worry, I'm really early on and it is more just where the baby sort of moves into another position. It's not so much out front. That's also to do with, like, if you've got a full bladder and you've eaten lots and things like that, obviously your tummy is going to look bigger. So, okay, so the 12 weeks. If you've read my blog post about finding out I'm pregnant, you'll probably realise that this was a bit of a surprise, a really great surprise, but it was quite a shock. Now looking back, there was a lot of signs there, but I just think because there was so much going on at the time, so Spencer was turning 1, he was going to start nursery, which I was devastated about. So that was all going on, trying to find nursery, sorting out going back to work, Spencer turning 1, and then Spencer fell ill and actually was admitted to hospital. So I was in there with him, my husband was away with work. It was all sort of like a really big, like, roller coaster ride really. So I don't think I saw the signs maybe as I would have without all of that going on. I think also when you're trying for a baby, you do look out for the signs because you're desperate for those signs, whereas this baby's a surprise, so I kind of, you know, you just sort of make excuses for little things. I was obviously late, or well, didn't have my time of the month at all because I'm pregnant, but I thought I was late. But stress can cause that, so I just put that down to stress. I was craving mouse cheese like you wouldn't believe, so that's, like, I don't actually know the correct term for the cheese. It's the cheese with all the holes in. But it had to be off of the counter, and I was eating like blocks of it at a time. I just loved it. That I was dreaming about cheese. Yeah, there was sort of like a lot of little things really. My mood swings have been terrible with this pregnancy. With Spencer, I had no mood swings at all. As soon as I found out I was pregnant, I was just so relaxed. I was like this hippie. This time round wasn't like that at all. I've been really crazy and quite hard work, I think. So now I'm out of that first trimester, I have seemed to calm right down a lot. I think my husband's really pleased with that, and sort of everyone around me. Even my mum was making comments about me being a little bit crazy. So that's very different this time. My skin is also terrible. I don't know if you can see, I've got makeup on, so it's probably covering it, but I have spots all the way around here, all here. I've got them on my chin, I've got them sort of here, all on my back. They're worse than when I was a teenager. They're terrible. And again, with Spencer, I had glowing skin. I didn't wear foundation a lot throughout my pregnancy. It was just gorgeous. And the same with my hair. My hair was like really luscious and really sort of soft and thick and flowy. This time around, it's not like that at all. Another one of the things I probably should have picked up on was I went to see my hairdresser when my hair was like brunette and had a recolour done. And she put the normal colour on, I sat in a chair, we had coffee, we did the whole normal thing. And then as she took it off, it hadn't touched it. My hair had not taken to the colour one bit, not a bit. It hadn't changed from when I walked in there. So she did it again with another colour, and it did make a little bit of a difference, but still nowhere near what, you know, what it normally does. And she was the first one to say, you know, are you pregnant? And I was like, oh yeah, good one, and all this, and just put it down to, you know, stressed again, or just that type of, that brand of, you know, hair colour or whatever. But yeah, my hair didn't take that at all, and it's been like straw. It's like crispy and just bleh. It's a bit better now, a bit fluffier now, but the first few weeks, well, first trimester, the whole first 12 weeks, really, it's just been like scarecrow hair, just bleh. Not very nice. But this is swaying me to think, I wonder if we are having a girl. Obviously these are all just old wives' tales, but the pregnancy so far has been really different. So maybe, or maybe we're having a little boy and just my hormones are different this time. Who knows? We will find out, I guess. So what else with my first trimester? I always find the first trimester really tricky. Not being able to tell anyone. Of course you can tell anyone, whoever you want, whenever you want when you're pregnant, but for me I always try and wait till my first scan. I did tell close friends and family before then, especially with Spencer. My husband was working away a lot, and again, this did happen with my first pregnancy. I get terrible migraines with pregnancy, where I get stroke-like symptoms, so I can't, it affects my vision, my speech, I go numb, I can't talk, I can't drive, I can't lift Spencer up. So I'm glad that I told my mum and my family, because actually I did need a lot of their help. When those migraines would come on, I would need them to sort of help with Spencer, or, you know, if I'd driven somewhere, come and pick me up, that kind of thing. So I was really lucky that they did know. But I always find the keeping it quiet really tricky. And also the first 12 weeks, just, I don't know, it just feels really strange. You just feel a bit chubby and you feel a bit nauseous, and if you have morning sickness, that's usually the worst time, is the 12 weeks. Again, I didn't get that this time. I didn't get any nausea or any sickness, which I did with Spencer, but I haven't at all, touch wood, with this baby, thank you, because I don't know how I'd have done that with a crazy toddler. The tiredness was intense, is intense. First trimester tiredness is a whole other game. Especially when you've got a toddler that's running around like a crazy person and you are just exhausted. But we've got through that, it's fine. And plus I used to just take afternoon naps with him, so, you know, win-win. But yeah, I always find the first trimester really tricky, you know, keeping it quiet, feeling really bloated, feeling really yuck. You know, you've always got constant worry in the back of your mind, or I have. I know there's such a high percentage of miscarriage in the first 12 weeks, and that's always like in the back of your mind, and you just desperately want to get to that scan. You want to get to the scan, you want to see that baby's okay. You know, it's just that 12 weeks of getting there that's really tough. We actually had a scan at 9 weeks, and that was a private scan that we paid for. That was through window to the room. They were fantastic, and that was really good. I'm glad we did that. There are a lot of twins in my family, both sides, my husband's side and my side of the family. And as I showed really early, everyone was saying, you're having twins, you're having twins, you're having twins. And I was like, oh my goodness, 2 under 2 is like scary, 3 under 2 is just, oh my gosh. So we went and had a scan, and it is only 1 baby. So yeah, we just wanted to check everything was okay, obviously, and check how many babies were in there. So I just had a big belly. And then we had our 12-week, obviously, a few weeks later. We saw our midwife for the first time. That was really nice. She's lovely. I desperately wanted a home birth this time, so I was really pushing towards a home birth, and I actually referred myself to the one-to-one midwife centre. They're definitely worth having a look. I will put a link below to see whether they cover your area or not, but you can refer yourself to them, and they are really great. If you want a home birth, they're really experienced in home births. They have a lot of kit that they bring with them. They have their own birthing pools, they have all of that, and they're just, the lady that I've seen is absolutely fantastic. They work alongside the NHS, and they are covered under the NHS. And if you, what normally happens is you have that one midwife, so she does all your appointments, and she will come and do your birth, and she'll do all your postnatal appointments, which I really like the thought of. Obviously, if they're sick or on holiday or another birth, you will get their buddy, but they only take on like a small sort of like caseload of mums, of pregnant women, and they don't take too many that are in the same month, so that you are more than likely going to have that particular midwife for your home birth. Obviously, if you go into hospital, that's different. You see their team, but that midwife will be doing all your follow-up appointments. I really like the sound of that, especially as I wanted a home birth. I really had it all in my mind exactly what I wanted, so I applied for that and got granted that, and my midwife Hannah is absolutely fantastic. She's so lovely. I can text her with questions and she texts me back, or I give her a call if there's anything worrying me or anything like that. So yeah, that I would definitely recommend the one-to-one, especially if you're looking at doing home births. Obviously the midwives on the NHS are absolutely fantastic. I had the most incredible midwives with Spencer, and they were all on the NHS. I just thought this time round, I knew they had a lot of home birth experience and a lot of kit and things, so my friend said to me, try this lady, she's really great. She's actually an old school friend of mine, so it was really nice to have someone sort of that I know as well. But yeah, no, I mean, I've had perfect midwives with the NHS. I'd never knock them, just this is another option, and I felt it was the right option for me, really. We had our 12-week scan, and that was fantastic. It's so lovely to see baby whenever you can, isn't it? That was great, really good heartbeat. They took all the measurements, and I had all of my screening tests done for the different chromosome syndromes and things. So we had all of that. And yeah, so that's kind of the 12 weeks. I'm trying to think of anything else that I can think of to talk to you about for my 12 weeks. I think I've sort of rambled on and said everything. But I am going to try and do some more videos for you. I'd like to do one all about sort of my maternity must-haves. I'm also going to talk to you once, fingers crossed, I get through the second trimester. I'll talk to you all about the second trimester. I also found out that I have low PAP-A. That was part of the screening results that I just spoke about with the 12-week scan. So I'm going to try and do some spits on that as well. I'm just going to try and gather some more information on that for you. But I definitely am going to do that. I've been trying to find out a lot of information myself, and it's been quite tricky. So I'd like to do some bits for you guys, so that if anyone else is sort of going through that as well as me, you've got like a little bit of support for that. Thanks so much for watching. I hope it's just given you some information about my 12 weeks, and hopefully you can relate to that a little bit if you're going through this too. I hope you're having a great pregnancy so far, and I've done this video for the Mother Hen Club. They're a fantastic club. They do mummy support groups, workshops, retreats, you name it, they do it. So I'm going to leave their link below so you can check those out if you haven't already, in case you stumbled across this video not through the Mother Hen Club. I'm also going to put my Instagram link and my blog link below, and I'm going to try and do quite a lot about pregnancy. I do a lot about my son already and toddlers and things like that, so definitely check that out. And it was great speaking to you, and I hope to see you soon.